Because contemplation must flow into compassion. For the Franciscans, the end of the story is always an increase of love. That's our litmus test. It's love rendering love. And always along the way, if you want to ask yourself, am I on the right track? The question is like, how many did you serve today? You know, we have statistics. You know, how many people did you get? How successful were you? If you had one person that you helped this day, and you helped that person with a heart full of love, you have lived the life of Jesus Christ this day in the fullest way possible. You see, we're in the numbers game. And that helping for Francis is seeing the involved goodness of God and loving their God's goodness. Compassion. Compassion is to feel for another, to feel. As one writer says, it's to get inside the skin of another. It's the quivering of the heart in response to another. Quivering. Not, you know, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, oh, whatever, yeah, I'll pray for you. You know. It hasn't touched us an iota. There's no quiver there. You know, quiver is like I'm about an hour overdue my next appointment and my BlackBerry's beeping. You know, so we can't get inside the skin of one another, right? We're too busy. We're too caught up with ourselves. We're too self-centered. We live in a selfish society. It is. Don't feel bad about it. It's just the way culture has emerged. But what Francis and the Franciscan way calls us back to is a way of prayer, a deepening of love with God, and a feeling for others. And to feel for others, you must feel for yourself. I think sometimes we're out of touch with our own, we're out of touch with our own sorrow and our own hurts. And that's why we can't feel for others as well. So, this is a life for the world, okay? I want you to get that. This is not just a life here at Mount Alvernia. We're all going to try to be nice people after today. This is a life for the world. The gospel is about a new world, a new creation, a new heaven and a new earth. And if Christians cannot wake up to that in this century, we are really in for a challenge, shall we say. So we are called to go into the world to give witness, first by our lives and then by our work, to what? The involved goodness of God. So just to sum up this section on Francis's life. 1, to receive. Gospel life is a matter of receiving God's abundant goodness in our midst, in our lives, in this moment, in this time. 2nd, it's to live in the thanksgiving of gifts. What Francis realized is that all was gift. All. Every breath, every flower, every brother and sister, every person he met, everything was gift. And therefore, again, recognizing our relationship to this gift of God in our midst and relating to it in concrete and particular ways. Again, our culture tends to abstract and group. You're in group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, right? So we abstract group, and what? The person gets lost. The particularity of the human person gets lost. And when we do that over and over again, we set a pattern, and people think, I'm unimportant. No one will miss me. I can take my life and it doesn't matter, you know, because I'm just a number. I'm just, you know, I'm just a part of a group. And what Francis calls us back to is the particularity of every person, every creature, everything that exists. And because everything has a particular goodness, it's to let people and creatures be who they are without trying to control them, manipulate them, dominate them, forge them into something they're not. And this, for Francis, is returning love for love. That's a way of looking at Franciscan evangelical life, returning love for love. So, for Francis, I would say, we cause Christ to be born when our actions make it possible for others to encounter him. Again, the good news of Jesus Christ. What do people say? Yeah, really? Good. Well, last time I checked the Christians, they were blowing up something, or, they're still at war. That group they're all angry there, and they're having a violent time there. Are we credible? Are we credible as Christians with the claims that we make? And so, if the world wonders about this Christian thing, it is up to those who claim to be followers of Christ, as Francis did, to make this Christ alive, to make this God's goodness visible and a reality in our world. Okay, are you with me?
Yes.
All right. Here we go, round 2. Do you want to take a stand-up break? All right.